Hello students, let us learn the next topic in Unit 3 and name of the topic is biomolecules. The molecules utilized by the cell, the molecules synthesized in the cell, the molecules stored in the cells, generally known as biomolecules. Rather, an array of biomolecule is forming a cell. When the tissue is given to you, how you can separate the biomolecules? There are two methods. One is acid solubility test and second one is ash analysis. In both these methods, the medium used is trichloroacetic acid. When the tissue is grinded adding trichloroacetic acid and when it is filtered, there are two components we are getting. One is filtrate and the other one is retentant. Filtrate is having acid soluble pool and retentant, which is forming insoluble mass. So this we call acid insoluble pool. Now here retentant contain biomacromolecules and acid soluble pool contain biomicromolecules. So basically there are two groups of biomolecules, biomicromolecules and biomicromolecules. In this topic we are learning biomacromolecules. These are the polymers made up of monomers by forming covalent bonds, or these are also known as various chemical bonds. We are learning different bonds when we learn each biomolecule further. Here, the macromolecules, when they are polymeric in nature, the molecular weight is always more than 800 Daltons or more than 1000 Daltons. These basically organic polymers. Under biomacromolecules, mainly we include proteins and carbohydrates. Proteins are polypeptides, carbohydrates are commonly known as sugars, and the polymeric form we call polysaccharides. Under biomicromolecules, the molecules which contain acid soluble pool, usually inorganic, whose molecular weight is less than 800 Daltons, and they are the lipids which are in the form of fats and the oils in natural occurring protoplasmic mass. There are two groups of metabolites forming in the cell. Primary metabolites are the end products of chemical reactions, while secondary metabolites are intermediate compounds which are developing during the reactions due to change in pH, temperature and the pressure. So under metabolite heading, you have to remember the differences between primary metabolites and secondary metabolites. In animals, maximum we find primary metabolites, while in plants we can find secondary metabolites which includes oils, gums, tannins, resins, etc. They are widely used for human welfare. Coming to the chemical bonds present in these biomolecules. There are three types of chemical bonds. Number one, glycosidic bond. Number two, peptide or amide bond. And number three, ester bond. As I said, under biomacromolecules, we are learning carbohydrates. Its polymeric form is polysaccharide, made up of monomers called monosaccharides, means simple sugars. So simple sugar molecules reacting with each other by developing glycosidic bond by eliminating an water molecule to form a disaccharide, oligosaccharide and further polysaccharide. Like in proteins which are in the form of polypeptides whose building blocks are amino acids. Amino acids linked with each other by peptide or amide bond by eliminating an water molecule forming codons, peptones, peptides and further polypeptides. Ester bonds are usually developing between the glycerol and alcoholic group, and the fatty acid, or the sugar moiety and the phosphoric acid. These ester bonds we found in nucleic acids and among the lipids. Thus, before we deal with this topic, you should remember 3 types of chemical bonds, 2 types of metabolites, 2 groups, and differences between macromolecules and micromolecules. This is introduction to the topic biomolecules. In today's session, let us begin with proteins. Protein is biomacromolecule. Its polymeric form is called polypeptide, who is made up of polymerizing amino acids. Each amino acid is having 2 functional groups. One is amino group NH2, other is carboxyl group COOH. Amino group whose pH is more than 7, so it is a base or it is alkaline group. COOH is a carboxyl group whose pH is less than 7, so it is acidic, linked to carbon. One side, there are 4 valence electrons in carbon. So one side amino group, other side carboxyl group, the third side hydrogen, and the fourth side is R. Now this R is variable group. Accordingly, we differentiate amino acids from each other. Thus, 20 amino acids are known which will polymerize into polypeptide. Out of 20 amino acids, 12 are essential and 8 are non-essential. Now here we need to remember the differences between non-essential and essential amino acids. Essential amino acids are known as dietary amino acids because we cannot synthesize them, we cannot store them. Hence, we need to obtain these amino acids through our food. While non-essential amino acids are non-dietary amino acids. We can synthesize, we can store them in our body, not necessary to depend on the food material. This is repeatedly asked question in previous exams. Functional groups of amino acid, 2 types of amino acids, its polymeric form, that is polypeptide, and these proteins having a linear chain of amino acid with C-terminal and N-terminal groups. Then we call it as primary structure of the protein. When the chain elongates, then it shows a spiral fold in between. Then we call it as secondary structure of protein molecule. Again, if the length is extending, it shows several foldings, then it becomes tertiary structure. And the more complex form, where multiple polypeptides forming a network-like structure, then it is called quaternary structure of the protein. This is very important part from protein. Proteins are in the form of primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, and quaternary structure. Proteins are always made up of amino acids. They are linked with each other by peptide or amide bond. Amino acids are essential or non-essential. 20 amino acids are known and they will help in polymerizing and forming polypeptide. All proteins, when we expose to high temperature, they undergo denaturation. Once they undergo denaturation, renaturation is impossible. For example, if you break an egg on a hot plate, we can see the colorless part of egg converted into white omelette on the hot plate. This is the conversion of albumin. It is a simple protein present in the white part of the egg, which is undergoing coagulation on exposed to high temperature. We cannot convert that white part of omelette in the form of colorless albumin. So renaturation is impossible. The proteins forming the channels in the semi-permeable membranes allowing transport of the molecules. The proteins forming cytoskeleton to maintain the shape and size of the cell. Proteins will bring about contraction and relaxation of the muscles. Proteins organize to form outgrowths like cilia and flagella. Proteins will form a defensive power, means the antibodies which are generated in the body to show defense mechanism against invading pathogens are proteins. Even poison is made up of protein. Thus, protein is everywhere. Without protein, we cannot imagine the life. Thus, protein, a biomacromolecule, the building blocks of amino acids, structure of amino acid with two functional groups, and formation in the protein as primary to quaternary. Apart from this, let me clear two properties of amino acids. Amino acid is having base as well as acid linked to carbon. So when molecule is showing both the pH, acidic and alkaline pH, then the nature is known as amphoteric. So all amino acids are amphoteric in nature. They carry both positive and negative charge. Hence we call them as Zwitter ion form. Thus, in this session we have introduced with the biomolecules, types of biomolecules, two tests to separate the biomacro and biomicromolecules, followed by types of chemical bondings, types of metabolites, and a detailed account of protein. In the next session, we will learn about carbohydrates. Thank you very much.